Hey guys, it's Mr. Torzani. I created this video podcasting with GarageBand for iPad to serve as a resource for you as you create more podcasts throughout the year. You have something to look back to help you set up your GarageBand to get ready to start recording. Once you open GarageBand, you need to slide over to the audio recorder, which is shown with a microphone. Just click on the microphone and it'll take you to a new screen. So after you click on audio recorder, this is the screen that you will see. It says point your iPad towards the sound you want to record, then tap the record button above to begin. But there's a couple things we need to do first. So first, click that OK button in the center of the screen, and it will look like this after you click OK. If you look up on the top right at this blue metronome, you need to click that to turn it off. Otherwise, you will hear the metronome through your entire podcast. Once you click that, it'll turn white, and that shows you that that metronome is off. Once you turn the metronome off, you're going to go over to the wrench here and click into settings. You should put count in on, and you can see that it's on here because it's blue and the slide bar's to the right. That'll give you a 3 count so that you know when to start recording. Once you do that, you're going to come down here to tempo, and you're going to click the 110. Which will take you to this screen here. Set your tempo to 40. What that does is gives you more recording time and allows you to have a longer recording so that you don't get in trouble if your tempo is set too high. Once you set your tempo, you're going to come over here to the input settings, and that is the audio jack symbol. So you're just going to click that, and you will see that there's 2 settings, automatic and noise gate. You want to click both of these on. And what noise gate does for you is going to help with background noise, and it's going to kind of lessen the background noise behind you. And you see the slide bar here, and you can actually kind of control the level of noise control that noise gate provides. Once you exit the input settings, you'll see this box here. With different functions for the way that your recordings will sound. For the most part, you're going to use dry. Say that you're going to have someone phone into your podcast, you might use the telephone. Or you're going to pretend that someone's giving a presentation that you're recording part of for your podcast. Maybe large room is a better option. And you're more than welcome to play around with any of the options here. And if you can be creative and use them in the podcasts in an academic way, then I hope you use them. Once you kind of take a look at those, look up here at this button right here. It's got a bunch of these little rectangles. I want you to click that. What that's going to take you over to is what's called your tracks. The first thing I want you to do before any recording, is click this plus button right here in the top right corner. You see it says Section A. I want you to click that, which will take you to this screen here. I want you to click the automatic button, all right, which will click over like that. Once you click automatic, you can click out here, and it'll take you back to tracks. And if you just click that button, here, I'll walk you back for a second. If you click this microphone button here, it'll take you back to this screen. This is really where I think you should be recording and hitting the record button, because this right here kind of gives you a gauge of how loud you're being. And if you're in the red, there's probably too much noise behind you, or you're speaking too loudly. So this will kind of give you a gauge of your audio. Once you do record, you will see your auto recording in the tracks function. All right, so here is, after I record it, here is the blue of my recording. If I want to play around with my recording, if I want to edit it, I'll just click the actual blue recording, and you'll see this white box come around it. If I click it again, I get options for cut, copy, delete, loop, split, rename, and settings. These are all good things if you need to edit the actual recording that you've done. If you want to split it at a certain part, you would take this bar right here, you would move it down, and then you can split the recording, and you can move that recording into different parts of your podcast. If you just didn't like it, you can click the delete button. If you need to put it somewhere else, you can cut and paste it back in somewhere else, and you can actually loop it. So if there's something that you want to put on repeat for maybe a couple bars, you can do that with the loop. If you click up here, it's called Apple Loops, and click into that, you will see there's a ton of different kind of music options. And if you want to add music to your podcast, all you do is click on it, hold, and drag it into tracks, and it'll pop up. So I picked the 70s electric piano. If I want to move a recording, say I want to put the music here, and I want to move my auto recording over here, I just hold it down, and it will highlight yellow, and then I'll be able to drag it over and place it where I want to put it. One thing that you might want to do as you get recordings that you are going to use in your podcast is to rename them. And if you just click on the icons here, you will get the options for each icon. And if you click rename, it will come up with the keyboard, and you'll see here it says audio recorder, and you're able to type in maybe a tag that you can look back and say, okay, what was this recording? Oh, it was so-and-so's interview. And then you can save that name for it, and you can go back and know exactly what it is. Another option for you too is once you do that and you put a new name in, you click outside of it, and you will get this bar here, which controls the volume for that particular track. So say I have my electric piano playing and I want it to be not quite as loud because there's voices over it, I can lower this bar here to lower the sound of the music. Once I'm ready, I click My Songs. So if I think my podcast is finished, it's good to go, I would click My Songs, which will take you to this screen right here. Here's my first recording, and it's currently saved as My Song. If I just click on the words My Song, it'll let me rename it. So say I get here and I want to rename it Podcast, which is a very generic name, but you can do that. I would just type in Podcast, click Done, and it's renamed to Podcast. When you're ready and you feel like your project is good to share, you will click Select, or you can hold down on the icon for the recording that you want to highlight. You'll see it come up in blue, so you know you have the right one selected, and you'll click the Share button, which is the box with the arrow through it. Once you're there, you will see a lot of apps that you could upload it to, but you need to slide over to SoundCloud, because for podcasts and other recordings, you will actually have a SoundCloud account that you will upload your podcasts to. So click SoundCloud, which will bring you here to sign in. You'll put your email and password in, connect to SoundCloud. You can change the name of your podcast if you want to give it something new. For visibility, you should make sure it's clicked as public so that I will be able to listen to it. For permissions, all downloads and allow streaming should both be clicked, and it will default to medium quality, which is what you should leave it at. When you're all finished with that and you think it's good to go, click the Share button up here. It will share to the appropriate place, and I will be able to access it. Thank you very much for listening to the video, and if you have any questions, as always, feel free to come and ask. Have a good day.